Hey guys, it's Diego. I'm welcome to another video from me to you. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. It actually means a lot to have your support, more than you could ever know. I'm really grateful for all of you that joined me along on this journey, and I hope you guys subscribe and tag along and continue to watch.
Beat it out of him a little bit.
Hi guys! Hi guys! Hi guys! Hey guys! It's Diego, and today I'm back with a brand new video as usual, since, as you guys know, this is my addiction. I feel so dark in this room, and I'm kind of getting over like filming here, but this is like the freest room. This room is literally the freest I feel, even though it's so dark. Like, maybe I should turn the light on. I'm not sure, but anyways, I just got back from the microwave room here at the studios, and I have another meal to eat today, and guess what it is? The same thing I had yesterday. Isn't that wonderful? I'm having lobster macaroni and cheese with a plate of beef. Isn't that so delicious? Oh wait, there is a little bit of differentiation, not with the protein and carbs or whatever. For dessert, we have a Beech Nut Organics pear puree. This is one of my favorite things. Like, ever since I was a baby, this has been my favorite thing ever. Pear puree is so delicious. So this is so great, and it also has like fiber and all that stuff. And then I also purchased a Wonder Water cucumber. I actually, now that I think about it, cucumber is like, it's alright. Honestly, it's actually good. I'm not somebody who like drinks or eats much well, actually, I love a good cucumber, tomato, olive oil, salt, salad, maybe throw in some lime juice, I don't know. And then I bought this lemon lime poppy. This pretty much is like Sprite, I think, but I'm gonna hold off on this just for a sec, because I want to bite in. Oh, this is so delicious, you guys. I've been talking about lobster macaroni for like a while, but it's genuinely just so good. It literally tastes like If you guys didn't know this, I actually didn't like grow up in the city. I grew up in like a beach town. So I grew up like in a very popular like kind of beach town where, you know, we ate seafood, and that was like the special thing to do, is like eat seafood and whatnot. And then let's try some beef. I love beef so much. If anyone knows the way to my heart, it's sparkling water, flavored sparkling water, beef, and then lobster pasta. But you don't have to get the lobster pasta, like, that's fine. Anyways, I had some things that I wanted to talk about today with you guys. I'm just looking through my camera roll at like to find the list that I made, but here we go. So today I wanted to talk about with you guys something that I have recently been going through, but also I shaped up my mustache a little bit, so should be looking a little better today, because it's honestly been kind of like messy, and like I'm new to the mustache game. So, and actually I think I want to put on my necklace. This is like my new necklace. This is I love this one. Should I put it on? It is like heavy, which is like the only con. All right. So today I wanted to talk about breakups. Breakups. I know some people maybe never go through breakups, but me personally, I meet a lot of people. I mean, I think most of us in modern society have been through a breakup. But shout out to the traditional people out there. I love you guys. I love traditional people because y'all know what's up. Y'all know what is right and you stick to it and you were raised right and you have a great culture. Traditional people, let me tell you, it is actually a really great culture. Why do I say this? Because I hate modern culture. It's so fickle. Maybe I'm just fickle. I don't know. It is just so fickle and ridiculous and frivolous, but we do have freedom, which is kind of a positive thing as well. But some people go their whole lives never settling down. I see people divorcing for frivolous reasons in their late years, even with kids. I see people dating in their very late ages. And why do I say I love traditional people? Because I love people that, like, you know, get married super young and then stay married forever. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think getting married and never divorcing is a beautiful thing. You know, I watched my parents growing up. My parents, you know, like, be in such a beautiful relationship and still continue to be in such a beautiful relationship, and there's no imaginable breakup ever, really. But in my life personally, I've gone through plenty of breakups. Just being, you know, for real. And I don't regret any breakup ever, but I wanted to make a video to sort of like help people or explain breakups to them from my current point of view as somebody who actually had a breakup I think a few days ago. Breakups are an incredible thing. They can be a bad thing, maybe. But breakups are an opportunity to start something new and for a new beginning. And in my opinion, and from my experience, when two people don't align anymore, that is a beautiful thing. I think that is a time when you should, you know, take some time and be like, I am so grateful for that opportunity. What's next? That is exactly the mentality that we should be having. Just because, like I said, we meet so many people every day, all the time. Personally, I live in the city, so I meet a lot of people like every day. I could literally go on a different date every day probably if I just so wanted to. But I mean, I obviously don't have the time to. Did I tell you guys about how the other day or yesterday I was at I was buying LaCroix at this like store near NYU, and the guy asked for my ID to buy a LaCroix. I was like, what planet are you on? You don't know the products that you sell, or the fact that this can literally says sparkling water? Oh, that tastes exactly like Sprite. Crazy. But back to the whole breakup thing. You know, I think that a lot of people, you know, and I had a friend to me, funny enough, yesterday a friend came to me and was like freaking out because their boyfriend blocked them or whatever, or their ex blocked them or whatever. And it's like, I totally get those behaviors, and it really wasn't until my last relationship that I really learned, and this person knows who they are, but like my last relationship from like early this year, they really taught me a lot about like detachment, and they taught me about just like everyday efforts and detachment and positive mindsets, and the fact that you can literally heal by just continuing on and being detached and continuing as a person, not just because of our own relationship ending, but like also their life choices. Pretty much like they inspired me a lot, like in the way that they live their life, so detached, and it really resonated with me. And because I at some point I was a very detached person that really was a bit more so self-focused, and then everything in life was just kind of telling me, be more self-focused, and don't necessarily date just to date, or just to like just to have somebody around, really, because and really what I've found is other people want my energy, other people want to have your energy and harvest it. And when you have such a strong built up self-identity and self-individualization and self-concept and sense of self and self-empire, or whatever you want to call it, where you harvest your energy and you build towards yourself, other people are going to notice that. Like even when I walk into rooms, people notice that I'm somebody who is like somebody who's very much themselves. And when people who are very much themselves, and people who know themselves and who have spent so much time developing their own identity and their own sense of self, that is pretty much a magnet to leeches. And I think everybody knows these sorts of these ideologies, or these are ancient stories. This has been since the beginning of time. Somebody sees somebody's got it going on and they want some of it. That is why being humble or being too perfect is scary, and it is isolating, and it is being too successful, too pretty, too whatever. It's very dangerous in this world. You attract a lot of attention, and a lot of it is not necessarily positive. And these people need to protect themselves the most, because even the purest souls give into the green, give into jealousy and envy. Even the most purest people, it is such a natural emotion. But even the best people ever are prone to can be jealous, can envy somebody, can see somebody that's perfect and want to destroy it. That's what they want. They see something that's so beautiful, perfect, and something that's so great, and they're like, why do they deserve it? Why do they get that? Why not me? And when they get into this mentality, they just want to either take for their own or just destroy that other person. This is very, very common in all time. And even from my own experience, that is why. But there's certain things that I can't help. I can't help the way I look when I try my best to not flaunt, wealth or flaunt different things. But it's like, what? Screw that. I feel like the best protection for me is legitimately, or for anybody out there, is boundaries and self-protection. This might send me to the bathroom, guys. This is the pear puree. It's just like a lot of fiber, so it's like I feel like it might like send me to the bathroom like immediately. I'm also drinking poppy. Anyways, where were we? When you have, I notice this too. Like I'll get into a relationship or something, or people will want to be in a relationship with me, right when I'm doing good, right when like I'm building so much of myself and building myself. When I'm the most self-focused, I attract somebody into a relationship, and immediately that person gets or quickly, maybe not immediately, that person will get, possessive, and want to like get extremely jealous about other people in my life. It's crazy. But knowing that, and even in all of my experiences in the past, knowing all of this, and even meeting friends who have had the same experiences, and meeting people who choose to spend more time in solitude and develop incredible boundaries, that is just the answer to it. And life in more so solitude is actually incredible. Life with personal strength and self-development and working on yourself and being alone with that is where magic is made. It is where my beliefs are being formed. It is how my creativity is moving. Although I love people, and I have incredible friends and incredible people around me, incredibly supportive people, it's more so just like boundaries. It's more so just having the boundaries and like the knowledge to protect yourself and like say no to things, maybe not pick up the phone. Like I know, like I have this one friend who, deals with similar things. Their one rule is they never pick up the phone because they don't want anyone to have access to them in that sort of way. But also even like getting into back and forth texting is robbing your energy. Luckily, I've had very great relationships in my life, and especially in the recent times, with people who have truly cared about me and really just constantly given me like good advice, and mainly that advice is to focus on myself. And that's why I spoke about that one person that I was in a relationship earlier this year, because they were that person that really helped click that into my mind even more so. They helped me like really get that into my mind, and they, even up until now, they still push me to like self and individualize, focus on yourself, maybe tweak this and do this a little bit better or differently. And that is really the advice that I have most really needed. God, this beef is so good. Oh my god, you guys, it's hard to like focus when like I have such good food around me. It's insane. That is just so delicious, like seriously. Oh my god, this cucumber water is so good. And even like, I had this one friend, well, we met because of they were like renting me they were helping me a lot with my equipment for filming and video making and whatnot. And they just like, they taught me a lot about just continuing on and indulging in the pleasure of not isolation, but like solitude, and enjoying one's solitude and indulging in solitude and developing yourself in solitude, which has always been my sort of superpower, that I have always been so, able to indulge so much in developing in solitude. And other people, now that I know this, are literal distractions from that. And I think anyone who is successful, or anyone who is working towards being successful, can definitely relate to anything that I'm talking about. I think anyone really in general can relate to what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's definitely like you have to be comfortable with being alone, and you have to like be in love with life so much so that things just don't really matter to you. And in quite honesty, nothing really matters to me except my own, service to development and growth. And when you have that mentality, it scares people. People get very intimidated by your own obsession with your life. People want to take that, and people want to distract it. People want to divert that energy into themselves because maybe they don't know how to use energy to fully, to keep developing themselves. Or maybe it's just envy, whatever driving force, drives people to want to harvest somebody else's energy. But you want to know something? I've always been somebody that was comfortable by themselves. And as I've gotten older as an adult, it's just gotten better and better and more and more. And I remember when I was like younger, I was like always I was like very like just always had friends around, always like in grade school I always had friends around. I always was around people. I never ate by myself. I never even would have like meals by myself. I never would do much like without other people around, like in grade school especially, because I was just always around people and just constantly, with others. And it wasn't until I was like, I turned 18 and went to college and started living alone that I started to really get comfortable with being by myself. And at first it was really scary, like truly being by yourself. But now, years later, now like fast forward years later from when I was 18, now I'm older and I'm just like, no, solitude is the best, is the answer to literally any problem, because I just see some people who never experience solitude, and their emotional volatility and their emotional they are just in a different world, a lot of them, because they don't know what it's like to be alone or how serious the world isn't or is. How unserious like other people's like life is, genuinely, because it is very unserious. But when you are in solitude, you realize this life is all of your creation, because you don't have anybody else's thoughts, ideas affecting you or like being placed onto you. You just don't. Nobody's around to put their ideals on you or their ideas and their beliefs onto you. So you're a free body. And like I said, being a free body also inspires envy. Funny how in the end it's all if you like look at it, everything will inspire envy in insecure people, and and everything makes you a target. But life is a battle, and some of us are fighters. Like I was thinking this the other day because I think I had like a day where like I think maybe like some things like it was the breakup day, the day of the breakup, which was like a couple days ago. they just started like nitpicking like everything that I was doing, and it was like I had kind of like known that it was like over, and then I was like, oh, this is kind of like negative, that how they're being, or like how they were having such emotional reactions to anything and being very possessive over me, and we weren't even really together but they were very possessive and very like, and then me, I'm just completely unmoved and unfazed by any of it. Now, don't get me wrong, I've definitely been the person that cared a lot about breakups before, but now that I'm older, now that I'm matured, I'm not at full development yet, like adult-wise. Like, I think they said like 25 is when you fully develop your frontal lobe. I'm not there yet, but I'm definitely far more developed than I was even a year ago, I will say. But yeah. I feel like I've just remained just completely balanced and within myself, because even things that might happen that are bad, it's okay. You'll wake up the next day and guess what? I would start the new day with a positive mindset. I would start the new day believing that incredible things are always happening to you, because they always are. Good things are always happening. Although I would love to be married, and be married to a good person and the right person, I'm just, like I said, I'm iffy about people. I just am, because I do inspire jealousy in people, I've noticed, and not necessarily jealousy, but possessiveness as well. It's been very few people in my life that have not turned that other way, and I mean, I'm still friends with a lot of people, but it's been very few people that I've felt that not possessiveness from, and that is to me a beautiful thing, and it's because I don't want to be possessed. I don't want to, and I don't want to possess anybody else. I just want to be myself. And if I have to be myself alone and enjoy this beautiful life, more alone than not, that's fine. I'm really fine with that, because I really my life is of my own design, and I know how to live. Trust me, I know how to live. I know how to live my life. I know what I like. And I know the people that align with me. I have beliefs, I have morals, and I know how to enjoy myself. And I have really great people and a really great community around me, because I put myself in rooms that align with me. I started meeting all the right people kind of naturally, but also when I put myself into the right rooms, I met people that aligned more and more with me. It's just if I wanted to be religious, I'd walk into a church, or I'd go to some religious sort of thing. God, I am trust me, you guys, I know how to live. Yes, I do eat shellfish. I do love shellfish, by the way. Also, another thing, if you want to chill with me, you cannot be a picky eater. Please don't be a picky eater, because I love eating everything. I literally love trying all sorts of things. So if you wince at the thought of like snails, or if you wince at the thought of like certain things like that, no, just don't even bother. And also, like I said, I grew up with a really good example of what a marriage looks like. The fact that I see my parents work it out every single day, and even now love each other every single day, show each other love every single day, and work together to be in an incredible marriage that I've seen, you know, since my like growing up. That is my example for the relationships that I have, and that is my Hey guys, so I just checked my camera and it actually wasn't recording, or it stopped recording at a certain point, which is kind of annoying. It makes me wonder, like, maybe I should have like 2 cameras going at once when I record. I just have to buy like another memory card, but I think I need like 2 cameras recording me. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped with any of you going through a breakup or developing your own sense of self in this life. I really, really do appreciate you guys for watching this. I want to be that person that pushes or helps people in that sort of way by just speaking and communicating, because like I said, there's been people that have helped me as well along my journey of, you know, finding my own self and focusing on myself and developing myself further and focusing on self-development. There's been plenty of people that have helped me along my journey, and like I would love to be that person to other people, because it's really not that hard to help others, you know? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in my next video. And yeah, bye.